Yo, 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 what is good, boys? As you guys can see from the thumbnail, we will be talking about the new Runeslayer dungeons today. They are confirmed to be coming to the game, and we have multiple sneak peeks on actual in-game pictures rather than fan art this time. We will also be talking about my estimate on the release date later in the video, but without wasting any more time, let's hop right into the dungeon sneaks. Alright, we got over to the sneak peek channel here, boys. We got the new dungeon sneak, and this is looking very nice. Reminds me of Elden Ring in a way. If you know, you know. If you haven't played that game, then that's not going to make a lot of sense. But let's get right down to business on what's actually going on here. First off, we know that dungeons will be like a separate experience. This is similar to how Tundra, as we know that Tundra will be a place that we teleport out of the game to. I'm certain that like dungeons will essentially be a mode that we either would go to an NPC or go back to the main menu to queue into based on the sneak, and it will most definitely have a level cap attached to this because you would like need to queue in with parties of players, and it wouldn't make sense to like have a level 2 with like a level 50. Like you'd probably be able to like at least set level caps at that. And this is definitely going to be like expected to be way harder than the base game, 100%. Like it's going to require coordination. Certain classes are going to be needed for maybe certain dungeons. I don't know exactly how many dungeons will come out, but this update will be harder than the current game, guaranteed, 100%. I don't think that dungeons will be used to like fight current world bosses though. People were asking me about that. For example, when going into a dungeon with a group, you will not be queuing in to fight like Mother Spider or something, or like Tree Ant. I'm assuming that you'll be entering the dungeon as a party to fight mobs and then possibly a boss towards the end. But that's basically all the ideas I have for dungeons right now. Let's get into my estimate on the release date, because people have been begging for this. Alright boys, put on your listening ears, put on your thinking caps. Let's talk about the release date. I've got my notes, and I'm just going to start spewing information to you, so I'm going to need you to listen in best you can, because I only want to have to explain it once. Today we received the message La fecha de lanzamiento saldrá pronto. This message is in Spanish, and it translates to the release date will be out soon. This is similar to other messages we received that also didn't give much information, such as the Egyptian text and the devs saying that the game is quote-unquote close to release. While there are many messages that could play a factor into when the game is releasing, I wanted to go over a very certain trend that I noticed recently. Exactly 9 days ago on April 17th, Skyrimi, a developer, said that the update is more finished than not finished. With this pace, I was able to do some math. Runeslayer closed down on April 4th or April 5th, and that is when maintenance began, meaning Skyrimi told us that the update is over halfway done approximately 12 days later. This would mean that 12 days after Skyrimi sent this message, the update should theoretically be done. I'll be generous and round up this 12-day count up to 14 days, meaning that it would be exactly 2 weeks, since we don't know how long the content may have been worked on before reaching this 50% threshold. With a 2-week window between reaching the 50% mark, the release date would land about 14 days after the 17th, landing on March 1st. But I found something wrong with that since they have never dropped a content update on a Thursday. So my final guess on when the update will be out is Friday, March 2nd. To back up my point even further, we have received an influx of sneak peeks compared to what we were given usually. In the past 5 days, we have received 3 new sneak peeks, with the most recent sneak peek before that being dropped 4 days after the shutdown, meaning that there was a 12-day gap in between us receiving 1 versus 3 sneak peeks. And granted, we received 1 in 1 day and then 3 within a 5-day window, but still that is definitely a big difference because there was a 12-day gap in between receiving anything. So, all in all, like and subscribe for that shit, because that took me a little bit of digging, because I went through a lot of messages, like literally everything that the devs have said, and also just stuff that I know already. So like if I didn't show messages on screen, just know that I am using like valid resource. But do note, this is all speculation in a way, because I am like kind of doing math, like almost like the law of probability in a way. But I don't know. I might be a lunatic, and you guys might make fun of me for this, but we'll see. But anyways, I appreciate everyone for watching. Love y'all, boys. I hope that this is the correct release date, because I do want the game to come back. Hopefully it comes out sooner than this. Hopefully I'm wrong. But yeah, I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Peace.